Pay yourself first is actually saying, when I get paid, I will prioritize saving first, then I'll pay my bills, and then I'll have money and spend that money and have fun with it.
Hi guys, welcome back to another finance field discussion. My name is Lindy and this is Tando, and together we are Skilled Finances. This is definitely the place to be if you want to learn skills to manage your money with a focus on couples finances and also family finances. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're super glad to have you here, and make sure you subscribe. That way you don't miss any new videos or any new finance discussions that are coming up in the near future.
Today, we're talking about one of the most exciting days when it comes to money, and that is payday.
Right.
Everybody loves payday. I mean, it is the day that we get the rewards from the work that we put in. So it's not a surprise that it's a day that everybody loves. But it's also a great opportunity for you to actually put together some kind of habits so you can stay on top of your money and your
Right.
finances. And so today, what we're doing is sharing with you the things that we do on our
Yeah.
payday to make sure that we just stay on top of our money, we stay connected to our budget, and that we also stay connected to our financial goals and the things that we're trying to achieve. And these things, genuinely speaking, probably take us maybe 20 minutes to do all five of them.
Yeah.
And it's not a long time for you to invest in ensuring that on payday, you are planning what you're doing with your money in advance and you know exactly what's going on with your money before you spend it.
So let's jump straight into it. The first thing that we normally do in preparation for payday is to sort out our budget, and we like to start from zero. So you may be wondering what that actually looks like. So let's say you had money allocated for something, maybe your groceries actually, but you decided to go out less this past month and you've actually got £50 left over, or maybe you've got £20 left over in something else. The best thing to do is to take that money and allocate it to something. So you may decide, well, I've got £70 left over. Let me use that £70 towards my debt, or let me use that £70 towards a goal that I'm working on. Or actually, let me just invest the £70 instead, or put it in my savings. So that will help you start from zero because you are taking the leftover money and allocating it to something else. That way you start on a clean slate for that new month. However, it might look different for you if you're actually starting from a minus. Let's say maybe you've overspent, gone out a bit more than you should have, and overspent on your spending allowance or your spending allocation. So it means trying to figure out, like, okay, so what do I actually do? Do I sacrifice some of my spending allowance from next month to sort of cover this expenditure? Or do I address the fact that actually maybe I don't have as much money, or I'm actually spending more than I earn? But the key is to always start from zero.
Yeah, and this is a great hack particularly if you're struggling to save money.
Yeah.
You can actually ask yourself, well, if I'm getting paid tomorrow, how much do I have in all of my accounts today? And if it is a positive amount, you could actually then say, well, let me save this money because
Yeah.
clearly I haven't spent it in this month. And then when the next month comes over, you can then literally start from zero. The second thing that we do is pay yourself first.
Right.
We love pay yourself first. It has been the best thing we've ever done with our finances. Now, for those of you who may have never heard of this, it's basically saying that instead of I get paid, I pay my bills, I have fun and do a little
Yeah.
bit of spending, and then I save money. Pay yourself first is actually saying, when I get paid, I will prioritize saving first, then I'll pay my bills, and then I'll have money and spend that money and have fun with it. Now, this is a mindset shift, really. It's more of a mindset shift than an amount. So it's really it kind of doesn't matter. Obviously, it does, but it kind of doesn't matter initially how much you're saving, just as long as you're building that
Right.
mindset of saying, okay, my first act with this money when I get paid is to save it and put it aside
Yeah.
for my future before I pay bills and before I start spending. Now, it takes a bit of time to find how much would work for you, you know, what you can consistently save every single month without affecting your bills and without impacting your lifestyle expenses and your family expenses and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
But once you find that sweet spot, you can literally consistently save and invest every single month
Right.
first before you do anything else. Now, there's two ways that you can do this. The first is to pay yourself first in the future. So this is saving money and investing money that you will not touch for years.
Yeah.
You're thinking, 5 years later, 10 years later, because this is for your future. This is for your future family. This is for your future financial well being, your future financial freedom, whatever it is that
Right.
you're chasing
Right.
for. This is money for your future. And what we simply do is put money in index funds for these particular future pay yourself first funds, if you'd like. Then the second way to do it is to pay yourself first in the present. The way we do this is actually quite simple. We put money aside for professional and personal
Yeah.
development. Now, that development might be that you buy books, you buy courses, you get certifications or qualifications in a certain area. But the whole point of that particular money is to ensure that I'm developing myself first and I'm making sure that I've got the money in the side to do so.
Absolutely. And I think when I first heard of pay yourself first, this was a long, long time ago. I actually thought it actually meant, oh, pay yourself first, go and enjoy and go and have fun because of the terminology or the way the words are used, pay yourself first. But like you're saying, it took that mindset shift to actually understand that by investing in my future or by investing in my in skills or money that I put aside to develop myself, I am actually paying myself first. It may not seem that way at times, but your future you will thank you for the stuff that you're doing now. So you can go learn new skills, and those new skills could get you a new job. A better paying job at that. So I'm definitely for pay yourself first. And it's nice when you've got a better understanding of what it means. So the third thing that we actually do is to review our numbers. This is a big part of budgeting, to be honest, to go back and look at your numbers. And we always go back to the budget and see how much we're paying for things like bills, for example. Are we overpaying somewhere or are we under budgeting this month? And there's times when certain bills have a tendency to change. Now, if you're from the UK or a country like we're from, where you've got winter where it's really really cold and the heating is on like majority of the time, your bills will then go up quite a lot. And then you've got summer where it's like, well, there's no need to have the heating on, your bills go down quite a bit. So if you don't take the time to review that, you could actually be overpaying, or in some instances when it's winter you could be underpaying and shooting yourself in the foot for later on. But it's so important to go back and review your numbers. Look at your expenses. Are you still spending the same amount that you'd initially put in your budget? And this is why it's so important to go back and review, even look at it every month, because sometimes your expenses may change. So if you actually think of the last 2 years or so with what we've been going through with COVID, a lot of us have been working from home. So we've been able to save that extra cash because we've not been having to pay for buses or trains or trams or petrol and stuff. So now it's time to go back and review those expenses and see, like, are the numbers still the same? Because I'm going to the office twice a week now, whereas before I was going in, before I was at home the whole time. So it's so important to go back and review your budget. But reviewing it also means changing things that need to be changed. At times, expenses will go up, so you need to factor that in and increase your budget for your expenses. But at times, things will go down, which actually works in your favor because it's nice to have that extra money in your pocket, isn't it?
The second thing to check when it comes to reviewing the numbers is actually your payslip. Just look
Right.
at your payslip, right? And just make sure that the amount you are getting paid is the correct amount.
Yeah.
Check your overtime, if you get overtime or bonus, or if you've claimed any expenses that you're still waiting to get that refund for. Just make sure you look at your payslip and make sure everything is correct. But another thing to do as well is to check your tax code. You want to make sure that you're paying the right
Yeah.
amount of taxes. Now, if you don't check your tax code, you may be on the wrong tax. You never know. So check the code, check your national insurance, your student loan contributions, everything that is on there, and just make sure that it is accurate and it is as it should be. The fourth thing that we then do is to think about our monthly money goals.
Right.
Now, money goals, generally speaking, I'll be honest, for us, we set them a little bit longer term. So we're looking at maybe 1 year or 2 year or even longer for our money goals. But what we then do each month is think about, well, what do we need to do this month? What's the small goal this month that will allow us to reach that bigger goal that we're aiming for?
Absolutely.
So just imagine if our big goal was to pay off our debts. The small goal would be, well, how much do we need to pay off this month to take us that step
Yeah.
closer? If the big goal is we were looking to save up £10,000, the small goal is, well, how much are we saving this month to ensure that we reach that £10,000 at the end of the year? That's the idea here. It's really just thinking about your goals overall, but what's your specific goal for this month that you definitely want to put in place or want to reach in order for you to keep on that track of reaching your bigger money goals that you have.
I also feel like you need to be realistic with your goals because at times it's very easy to be like maybe new year, new me and write 10 goals and think, yeah, I can achieve all 10 in the year. But sometimes it's a lot simpler and less pressure when you focus on one or two things at a time. So prioritize your goals. What do you need to do right in this moment and what can wait? Just because you're saying not right now, that doesn't mean not ever. You can come back to them later, but it's easier when you then prioritize a few at a time. And it makes it a lot simpler for you to focus on those ones and really execute them well. So, the final thing that we do every month is to actually practice gratitude for the money that we do have. It's so easy at times to sit there and think, oh, okay, I've been paid, but oh, why am I not making more? Like I could have more money, I could have more this and more that. And just simply like have like a wall over your eyes to the fact that you're in a good position because you actually have something that someone else might not have.
No, absolutely. And the thing about gratitude is that it really does allow you to then see what you do have
Yeah.
rather than focusing what you don't have. As Linda just said, just the fact that you are getting some sort of reliable pay, it comes in every month. The government is not taking over taxes and scamming you out of your money. Your employer is not telling you, oh, maybe we'll pay you tomorrow, maybe we'll pay you next week, maybe we'll pay you
Yeah.
next month or whatever. It's coming every single month is consistent or every single week, however often you get paid. And that alone is enough to, just take a moment to just say,
Yeah.
I'm really grateful I'm in this position. So those are the 5 things that we do every single payday when we get paid, just to make sure that we are, number one, are staying on top of our
Yeah.
finances, but number two, adopting the right mindset with our money. Now we have got a budgeting spreadsheet template that we use, that we have packaged and kind of built, put together for you to also be able to get. If you'd like to see it, the link is in the description for you to check it out, so that when you are getting paid, you have got a system, you've got a tool in place
Right.
of how to take control of your money and plan what you are doing with your money, where is it going, and how you're managing everything that you're trying to do. So check the link out in the description for our budgeting spreadsheet template to check it out. If you have found value in this discussion, we would appreciate it if you like this video. Comment down below. One thing that we would definitely love to know is, what is the one thing that you do on payday that
Yeah.
helps you to stay on track with your finances, that helps you to reach your financial goals, or that helps you to just really be in a good place with your money? We'd definitely love to know. So let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we can't wait to see you soon.